So in the midst of the activities of your life, there is a place of stillness. The more often you visit that place of stillness, the more that stillness you become familiar with it, and it becomes familiar with you. So the thoughts and mind activities via the senses, via the body-mind, via thinking and feeling, you get drawn into the world. You get drawn into the multiplicity, into the infinite manifestations. And in doing so, you somehow lose track of the peace that is at the core of your being. And when you lose the peace, you somehow overlook it, then the thoughts take you on a roller coaster ride. The peace that I'm talking about is at the source of your being. And the source of your being is at the core of the perception. Just before the perception is the stillness. And actually, the stillness also pervades the perception, but first you need to get well established in the peace that is at the source before the mentation. So you relax in your life as often as possible. Relax internally, relax into your inner being. Your inner being is emptiness, peace, restfulness. It's an internal letting go, an internal relaxation. So that whatever is appearing, whatever is manifesting, is not an issue, is not disturbing that peace. Our true nature is this peace. The reality of your experience is this peace before the forms, before the names arise. It's undefined. It has no purpose. No direction that it's pursuing. It's not attempting to do anything. It has no worries. It's free from the past and the future. You are this peace. You are the eternity. Whatever is limited and temporal arises to you as a perception, as a sensation, as a thought. These events, these mind events, they arise to you in the peace that you are, in the infinite, eternal peace that you are. This peace has no concerns. It's not trying to become a better peace or have a better image, be happier. It's like the wide open sky. The wide open sky is not trying to be a cloud or a better cloud. Its substance is nothing, which means infinite being, infinite beingness. But it's an aware beingness. So I am aware. The I am aware is, the I is awareness itself. So I awareness. Non-phenomenal. I'm real. Awareness is real. I am real. I, awareness, is real. The reality that perceives, the reality that is. Aware that it is. Aware that it is aware. You are aware that you are aware. Everything else is mind. Thoughts, images, sensations. So in your experience are infinite images, infinite thoughts. Over the last 3 minutes, there were probably hundreds of thoughts and images and sensations. And you are the awareness, you are the unchanging, the changeless awareness to which nothing happens, nothing, no mind event or world event or body event affects the awareness. And the awareness that you are has no gender. It's not a male or a female awareness. Unaffected, untouched. Because you are the transparency of being, the transparent beingness, transparent being awareness. And that's the peace, the beauty, the love, the freedom. Being that your true nature is infinite, invisible self, consciousness that has no shape or form. Nothing opposes it. There is nothing outside of awareness, nothing outside of consciousness. There are no things. Like in your night dream, everything that appears in your dream, it's reality. It's just you, the dreamer. So I see a question. Anna Luna Rossi asks, I have a question concerning karma. In the Costa Rica retreat, you said it did not exist. But we are living, meeting people, falling in and out of love, having a family, creating work. So how can we evade karma? Yeah, I did. There was a question about karma, and I recorded the my response to the question, and it actually is on. I think it is on my YouTube page. If you want to go over it again, you can go there. But I'm going to right now answer your question.
Yes, I went over it, Magdi. It's Ana Cristina. It's because sometimes I appear as Ana Luna, but it's something that Gmail does that I cannot control.
Okay.
I went over it this morning precisely, and you had a very beautiful image about karma being like the leaves of a calendar of 365 days.
Yes,
and over the years, and you remembered, and the leaves were connected. But at the end of that question, you said that karma was not important because it didn't really exist. But since we are living, we are in it.
Okay, so let's look at that question. Okay, so we will start with the second part of your question, which says, but we are living, meeting people, falling in love, having a family, creating work, and so on. Let's take a look at that. Right now, for example, you are living this experience here, which we call satsang, yes? So let's start looking at that, because it's a good idea to start with our direct experience right now about what it means that we are living and having experiences, yes? So we're going to look at our karmic experience right now, yes?
Yes.
So we can understand karma right now in our actual experience. We're going to look at karma right now, yes?
Yes.
We're not going to have some theories about karma and try to make some theoretical statements about karma. We're going to look about what is karma right now. So the karmic principle basically says that what is occurring to you right now is connected to some previous lifetimes or previous experiences, even in this lifetime. And there is a certain causality and a certain dynamic interaction between the various energetic fields, and depending on how you manage this experience during this lifetime, your next karmic realm may be affected, maybe better or worse, whatever. I'm just sort of summing up in very broad terms what karma means. Yes, are you with me on that?
Yes, I agree. Yes.
Okay.
I would add, Magdi, though, that according to, at least to Hindu Advaita theory, at the end of karma, there's supposed to be illumination.
Okay, yes, and at the end of the karmic realm, there is
The
illumination.
samsara finishes, and then you
Yes.
can enter into the house of God.
Yes,
All
absolutely.
that we talked in Costa Rica retreat.
Exactly. That at some point, in your karmic realm, it's just a matter of time, hopefully quickly, not in too much time, you come to the final awakening and the karmic realm ends. Yes.
Yes.
So that's in grosso modo what karma is. So let's look at how true that is, right? Because we understand now what we mean by karma, but let's look at how true it is. So right now, you are having an experience, a certain karmic experience, a good karmic experience, because you are in satsang.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously there is someone having this karmic experience. Yes?
Yes.
So let's look at this someone who is having this karmic experience. Because at the core of karma, there is someone having this karmic experience and improving their karma. Yes?
Yeah, the Jiva, what they called in Hindi, yeah.
The Jiva. So
Jiva.
yes. So let's look at the Jiva. Let's look at the person. Let's look at the character that is right now having this experience. So we are not going to make some assumption. We are going to go without any assumption. That's very important. We're going to let go of all our assumptions so we can look freshly and find out freshly what is the Jiva right now. Yes? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's ask ourselves, what is the Jiva right now? What is this character, this person that is having this karmic experience right now?
Or the soul, could we call the Jiva the soul?
Okay, your soul, a person, a mind, but let's just say person. I mean, or are you talking about a person? There is a person and there is a soul. Is this what you? Two different things?
Yeah. Like they used to speak in Spanish. It's monada. It's not really the person. It's like the spiritual part.
Okay, all right. So let's just be clear about that. Okay, I don't know what a soul is, right? Right now, right here, I don't know what a soul is, but because somebody's speaking about a soul, I want somebody to explain it to me. So what's a soul?
The intuitive part or the spiritual part, the part that seeks the truth.
How many parts are there now? Can you point to the intuitive part right now? How many do you have an intuitive part, any spiritual part, and a non-spiritual part?
I think it's that part that pushes me to be here in satsang.
What is this part? I mean, you're speaking about a part. You must have something to say some more about this part, because we're clear, we're on the same page, because I don't see it.
It's an impulse.
Okay, I still don't see it. I mean, we changed the word part to impulse, but I'm not any closer to clarity, even though now we're calling it an impulse. I'm still not clear.
Well, it's this thing that makes me not want to do other things at this time because I want to be here in satsang.
Okay, so we changed it from an impulse to this thing. Okay, so it's no longer an impulse, it's this thing. I'm sorry, I'm still not closer to clarity about what you mean by this thing.
Well, I think I cannot get closer either.
Okay. So I'm just going to therefore assume that you don't know.
No, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, and then I'm okay with that, because I don't know what's what is bringing this to be. But all I know is that this is, right? I don't know what is bringing it to be. It could be that there are aliens on distant galaxies or distant realities, distant universe, that are right now dreaming this dream, and that this is happening because of their dream. I don't know. It could be.
Yeah,
it could be that we are we meaning this perception and this experience is the dream of some aliens.
Could be, yes.
Could be. Or it could be, as you said, the soul. Or it could be impulse. I don't know. Because now, as soon as we go into speculation, we can speculate anything. Anything goes. Everything is on the table, and it's all speculation. But what is not speculation? What is not speculation is that, in fact, there is something happening, which the mind, we refer to it as a perception, yes?
Yes.
For example, perception, sensation. And what is beyond any doubt, is that there is awareness. Meaning, something knows that it is perceiving. Something knows that it's perceiving. Do you have doubt about that? Or
no.
You're clear about that?
I'm clear about that, yes.
Okay, something knows that it's perceiving. And something knows that it is.
Yes, clear about that as well, yes.
And something knows that it's aware.
Yeah.
And the something in our conversation for the past decades, I've been calling it I. And I think we've all been calling it I. I'm aware, I perceive, right? That's
yes.
what we refer to as I. Now the question, I'm coming back to the Jiva. We're talking about karma. We're going to come back to your question, which is a question about karma. Now, karma relates to a Jiva, means to a person. Somebody is having an experience, a karmic experience, and hopefully is improving it. Right? Okay. Now we're looking to find this Jiva. And the best place to look is right now. Yes, so we look right now. We say, all right, where, what, who is that Jiva? And I'm not making any assumption that there is no Jiva or that there is a Jiva. I really want to be completely pure in my question. So I am completely open to come face to face to the Jiva, and then we can go on we can continue getting deeper into your question. But first we have to find the Jiva. Yes?
Yes.
Now, the Jiva is what we refer to as the person, or a certain specific manifestation. There are many Jivas, there are millions of Jivas, but we're talking about the Jiva right now is a certain specific manifestation.
Yeah.
That is the person, or the me, or the doer, or the subject, to the various actions and various manifestations. The subject of the realm. There is a subject of the realm. Now, that subject must be a subject right here, right now, experiencing this realm. And a subject that's experiencing a realm has to be separate from the realm.
Yeah,
right?
that would be the problem.
No, that would be the case. I mean, to have a subject that is experiencing a realm, there has to be a separate subject from the realm. It's not the problem. We just talk. We're just exploring what would a jiva be. There has to be a subject that is experiencing something that is outside of it.
Yeah, the world.
The world,
Emotions,
emotions, etc. So we go right now to our experience, to come face to face with the jiva. So we ask ourselves, what is it that is experiencing this experience? And we can call it jiva, but let's find out what it is before we name it. Let's find out what it is that's experiencing this experience. So I ask you, what is it that is experiencing this experience?
I.
Okay, can you use other words besides I? I mean, I agree with you, but can you use other words besides I? Words that we're familiar with. Staying with your experience of what is it that's experiencing this experience.
I cannot think of another word. Because if I say me, I go deeper into the separate self.
Okay, I would.
So I don't want to say me.
I would answer with my words then. I would say that what's experiencing this experience is awareness. Which is the same as I.
Yeah.
If you remove I, or if you remove awareness, what would be this perception?
We wouldn't be able to know because we wouldn't be aware.
There would be no perception. If you remove awareness,
there would be no perception. Yeah.
From this perception, there would be no perception.
Yeah.
But have you ever had any experience of no awareness? Because removing awareness meaning no awareness, right?
Well, for example, when I was operated from the nose, from an obstruction in my nose, and I was, for about 2 hours, I was not aware because I was under anesthesia.
No. When you were under anesthesia, there was no body, no mind. My question was not, can you remove the body or can you remove the mind? That was not my question. I was asking, can you remove awareness? I know you can remove the body with anesthesia. You can remove the body with drinking a lot of tequila. You can remove the body with deep sleep. You can remove the mind by hitting somebody on the head. Well, yeah. We don't want to do that, but or fainting, or
fainting.
Or deep sleep. Deep sleep is a good example of removing the body and the mind. My question was, we were talking about that. What is it that is experiencing this experience? Because we're looking for the jiva, and you said I, and I added I awareness, and my question then, have you ever experienced no awareness? And you responded that yes, you've experienced no body and no mind. But my question was, have you ever experienced no awareness?
But how can I know that during anesthesia I was aware? I cannot know.
When you say I, what do you mean by I?
Awareness. It was not there.
How can awareness know that it's not there? How can awareness know that it's not there? Was that your question?
Yeah, that it is there. How can it know that it is there if I have no recollection?
So how can awareness know that it's there?
Yeah,
That was
but
the question.
during anesthesia, if I have no recollection of being there.
Wait. Step at a time. First, how can awareness know that it's there? Let's look at this question. So, you know you're aware, right?
Yes, right now, yes.
Well, there's only right now, so you know you're aware.
Yeah.
So, how do you know that you're aware?
I know that I'm aware because I'm seeing you. I want to be here.
No. My question was not, are you aware of seeing this image? The question is, are you aware? Yes, I am aware, right?
Yeah.
And are you aware that you're aware?
Yes.
Yes. And so my question is, how do you know that you're aware and that you're aware that you're aware? How do you know that? It has nothing to do with, are you aware of seeing the tree, or are you aware of seeing Magdi, or are you aware that of seeing the couch? Are you aware that you're aware? How do you know that? Where do you go? Where do you go to answer the question, yes, I am aware? Where do you go? You don't go to Magdi, you don't go to the couch, you don't go to the tree, right?
No, I guess I would go to stillness.
You go to awareness.
Yeah, to a deep place.
No.
Somewhere.
A deep place. Where? What deep place? To tell me, what deep place did you go to? I just asked you the question, are you aware?
Like silence, for example. I can go to a place like silence.
Okay, well, awareness is silence, but it's not silence of the mind. It's silence that beyond the mind.
Yeah, but it's also of the mind. Because if the mind goes on, then there's no silence.
Let's go into that later, because it's going to lead us. Let's just stay with, where do you go to answer the question, I'm aware? And you said you go to silence.
Yes.
Okay. Which means where?
I
If I
cannot say
ask
it
you,
in words. Yeah.
if I ask you to check if where your mother is, you are going to go to your mother to find out where she is, right? You're gonna go to where your mother is. Let's say she's in the kitchen. You're gonna look in all the rooms in the house, and then in one room, maybe the kitchen, you will find your mother, and you will come back, you say, my mother is in the kitchen. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
So we ask, where do you go to find awareness? Because basically, you're aware. I am aware. Where do you go to know I am aware? You don't go to any room, right? You don't travel, you don't go to any thought, you don't go to any encyclopedia.
No.
You go to find your mother, you go to find awareness. So at some point, you're going to go to awareness. And then you say, yes, I found awareness. Yes, I found awareness.
Mm.
And awareness is not in any room, right? It's not in any physical place.
No, it's not in any physical place.
In order to know that I am aware, I go directly to awareness. I don't go to anywhere. I don't go to thought. I don't go to memory. I don't go to images. I don't go to the body. I don't go to any physical place. I just go directly to awareness.
Yeah.
But I don't go anywhere because awareness is not any physical place.
No.
But yet I know I'm aware. So without going to any physical place, without moving, zero movement.
Zero movement. I agree.
I come to I'm aware. I find awareness.
Yeah.
Meaning I am awareness. I'm not going anywhere. The I is awareness. When you say I am aware, the I is the am. You can replace to the word am. I am aware. You can replace the am with the equal sign. You know, in mathematics, the equal sign.
Equal, yeah.
So remove the am and write I instead of am. Say equal. Because amness means, like, for example, the body that we call Ana Cristina is female, right?
Yes.
So the body and the female, the body is female. I, the body, am female. Amness means oneness. There is no time in amness. There is time in becoming.
Yeah.
The boy or the child is becoming an adult. There is time in becoming, but there is no time in amness, in beingness. Right?
Right.
So when you say I am aware, the I and the awareness via amness is oneness. So the I am aware is actually same as awareness is aware.
Yeah, I agree to that. Yes.
So awareness is self-aware. It's the only self-knowingness is in awareness. A tree is not self-aware. A piece of paper is not self-aware. Only awareness, sometimes use the word consciousness, is self-aware. I am aware. I, meaning awareness, is aware that I'm aware.
Yeah.
You follow?
I follow.
So coming back to awareness, during anesthesia, right now, the awareness, for example, we could say is aware of this perception, yes?
Yes.
Via the body, because via the eyes, the perception are via the eyes, yes? Now, when the eyes are closed, you are not aware of the screen, right?
Right, but I'm hearing you.
Yes, I'm just talking about the, okay. So let's say that you close your eyes and your ears. Let's just stay with this simple example of closing your eyes. If you close your eyes right now, you are not aware of the screen. I know you're aware of hearing, I understand, but you're not aware of the screen, correct?
Correct.
The screen is gone, right?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, is awareness gone?
No.
Okay. Open your eyes now. Okay. And has awareness suddenly reappeared?
No. It was always there.
Always there. So in the absence of a specific faculty of the body,
yes,
such as sight, awareness is still there.
Yes.
But sight is not.
Yeah.
And when sight returns, awareness doesn't return because it was always there.
Yes.
So when there is no memory, what has happened? Oh, let's take a look. Try to remember the breakfast you had this morning.
Yes.
Let's say, I'm just using an example, you ate some cereal, yes? So right now, there is an image of the cereal, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So awareness is, awareness is there right now with the image of the cereal.
Yes.
Yes. Now, remove the image.
Yeah.
All right? Awareness, did awareness now suddenly appear or disappear? Did anything happen to awareness?
No, nothing.
Nothing. So let's say I want you now to remember the breakfast you had 2 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Is there any image?
Well, yes, because I always have the same thing for breakfast.
Oh, okay. Done. Okay. Let's try to take another example. I want you to remember the pairs of shoes that you wore 6 years ago on Tuesday, 10 years ago. Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Okay. So the memory, meaning the image is not there.
No, it's not there.
But would you agree that when 10 years ago, when you were wearing these shoes, awareness was there?
Yes.
And would
Yes.
you agree that awareness right now is the same awareness here, although there is zero memory?
Yeah, I agree.
There is zero memory. So the absence of memory does not signify the absence of awareness. It signifies absence of memory.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Okay. I want to come back to the Jiva because we sort of really moved to the question we're looking at was the karma, the question of karma. And karma relates to a Jiva.
Yes.
To a separate person, to the separate self. In your experience, because your experience is always right now, in your experience right now, the reality that perceives this perception is awareness.
Yes.
And in your experience, is awareness a male or a female?
No, it doesn't have a gender.
Okay, in your experience, is awareness tall or short?
It's beyond gender.
Beyond gender. How about size? Is it tall or is it short?
Beyond size.
Okay, is it heavy or light?
Beyond that.
Okay, so let me just sum it up. Would you agree that awareness is beyond any phenomenal qualities?
Yes, I agree to that. Yes.
And would you agree that phenomenal qualities have a certain limitations? They even a mountain, a huge mountain, starts here and 10 miles it ends there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But consciousness doesn't start over there and ends over here, you know? Right?
Right.
So while the jiva has a specific properties, specific qualities, consciousness or awareness has no phenomenal qualities, while the jiva has phenomenal qualities.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I
So,
agree to that. Yeah.
so this is why we say the jiva and the entire karmic realm is not real. But as long as you're experiencing, there are some beautiful fawns, little fawns. But as long as you're experiencing, I don't know if you can see her. Can you see him? Let me see. Can you see? No.
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 Oh. Okay. Well, is it? She's not moving. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
You
it.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, there she ran
Yeah,
away. Yeah.
yeah, she's run away.
Okay. Um, so the jiva, as long as you are experiencing a jiva, you're experiencing a personal self. You're experiencing a, uh, you're experiencing that you are a, a phenomena existing in consciousness.
Mm.
You're not experiencing yourself as consciousness. You're experiencing yourself as somebody in consciousness or with consciousness, having some consciousness.
Yeah.
Now that is like, it's like you are, let's say you are sleeping and you are dreaming that you are a 12-year-old girl that is playing in the sand, or is playing, I'm sorry, 12-year-old that is playing at school with her friends. Now that 12-year-old girl is perceiving her friends, is perceiving the school, and is perceiving herself as this person, this girl, this young
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
And she's having an experience of her school life.
Yes.
And she's trying to do good at school and, you know, enjoy her friends and make her parents proud of her.
Mm.
That's her experience from through her eyes.
Yeah.
But through your eyes, and she has maybe 20 students in her class, and they're all, also the other students have different, there are some boys and girls, there are some who are good students, others who are better at math, some are better at poetry, etc. But you are dreaming all of these people, but every one of these people is only perceiving their specific perception, their particular perception, and they're not perceiving the thoughts of the other. Like, for example, if you are Ana Cristina, 12-year-old, and there is Jose, who is 13-year-old, you don't know his thoughts.
No.
And he does not know your thoughts.
Yeah.
But you, the dreamer,
yeah,
of all these people in school, the 20 students in school, you are the creator of all of these people, and you are the knower of all of these people, including all their thoughts. Because they're all happening within you. Do you follow the metaphor?
No, that last step I don't follow, because I cannot get into their thoughts.
What do you mean? Their thoughts are within you. You are dreaming. You are dreaming. All their thoughts and everything that they're experiencing is your dream. You know your dream. It's within you. It's a metaphor, okay?
It's a metaphor. Yeah.
It's a metaphor. Dream metaphor has its limitation, but imagine, for example, that you're dreaming, but you're a knowing dreamer. Because consciousness is knowing. So we're changing the metaphor now. We're going to go to a metaphor of a dreamer who is knowing. It's an awake dreamer. Yes?
Yes.
So as an awake dreamer, you're dreaming all of these people's activities, thoughts, their clothing, the color of their hair. You're dreaming the school, you're dreaming the classroom, you're dreaming all of that, and all of their thoughts and all of their feelings and their, everything that they're experiencing. You are dreaming that, and you are knowingly dreaming that. So from the perspective of that little girl, the Anna Christina in your dream, she has a karmic realm. She's succeeding and failing and blah, blah. She has her karmic realm. But from the perspective of the dreamer, there is no karmic realm.
No, because it's a dream.
Because all the characters in the waking experience, our consciousness is a dream in this metaphor. So from the point of view of consciousness, there is no karma. And there are no jivas. Now, somebody may say, well, wait a minute. Okay, that's fine from the point of view of consciousness. What about from the view of the person? What is that I understand what you're saying about consciousness having no karma. What about the person? So are you still following me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
So now I would say that either karma is real or it's not real, right? And I don't know, right? It cannot be half real, half not real. You agree?
No.
Either it's real or not real. So if karma is real, that means the personal character who's having this karma, who's living this karmic realm, must also be real. Okay. So then we ask ourselves, if you say that you're having a karmic experience because you are a person, then ask yourself, how real is this person? Well, I feel it's real and I think it's real, which means that I am defining the reality of the separate self via thought and via feelings.
Yeah.
Via perceptions. And I agree with that. So we define the separate self, the person, via thoughts, feelings, and perceptions.
Yes.
Now I ask myself, what is the reality of thoughts? What is the reality of feelings? And what is the reality of perceptions? So let's look at the reality of a thought. What is the reality of thought right now? Is it not consciousness?
It is consciousness. Yeah.
What is the reality
right now? Yeah, it's consciousness.
Is it not consciousness?
Yes.
What is the reality of a sensation? Is it not consciousness? So, therefore, when somebody says, well, wait a minute, that's fine for consciousness, there is no karma, but for me, the person, there is karma. And then we say, well, wait a minute, then karma is real, then you must be real. What is your reality? It's thoughts, perception, and sensations. The reality of thought, perception, and sensation is consciousness. So therefore, there is no such thing as a personal self. There is only consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the contemplation has always to be the contemplation of truth, the contemplation of reality, and not going into the thinking and you know, this sutra says this and this. You've got to go directly to your experience and contemplate what is the reality of my experience. There is one reality. The teaching is always pointing, there is one reality. How could there be more than one reality? Yes, you follow?
Yeah, I follow.
One reality. So, given that there is one reality, you can call it anything. You can call it a person, you can call it life, you can call it tree, you can call it awareness, you can call it I, you can call it banana, you can call it anything. It doesn't matter. As long as we're referring to one reality.
Yeah.
We chose to call it I.
Yeah.
Sometimes you call it awareness, and sometimes Brahman, sometimes consciousness, sometimes presence, sometimes stillness, sometimes peace, sometimes happiness, sometimes beauty, sometimes love.
Yeah.
But it's one reality. This one reality is like a diamond, or like the white light. As you look at it, it has white light has infinite colors. Infinite colors. Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite colors. Infinite colors. No color has no color and infinite colors. No color, zero color, and infinite colors are one. Infinity, eternity, and infinity are one.
Yeah.
Eternity and infinity. And the emptiness and wholeness and fullness is one.
Yes. Yes. I do understand that. Yes.
So the karmic realm is real from the point of view of the personal self. But in Advaita, well, I don't know about traditional Advaita, in my sharing, I am speaking of the direct path to immediate clarity and not to postponed clarity. You come to the end of your question now. You exhaust your question in your inquiry in this moment. This is why you come to satsang empty-handed and you leave, well, let me put it another way. You may come to satsang not empty-handed, but you definitely leave empty-handed. It's very important you leave empty-handed. Otherwise, you still have something in your hand that you need to bring to satsang, which is fine.
Well, I'm bringing karma today.
Yes.
Yes.
So karma, okay, karma arises with the arising of the jiva, the I thought, and then the world. The I and the world arise simultaneously. They arise out of the Brahman, out of consciousness. It's a potential. There is a potential within consciousness for the arising of the jiva and the karmic realm. But in fact, nothing is arising. It's an illusory arising. It's an arising while from Brahman nothing arises, because Brahman is the absolute.
Yeah.
And to see through via contemplation that the true I, the true self, is eternal ether-like Brahman, the transparency of being, reveals to you the illusion of karma, the illusion of the karmic realm.
Yeah.
It's slightly different from the teaching that says that via proper karmic behavior, you will come to enlightenment.
Yeah.
It is a direct seeing that the I that truly perceives right now is infinite borderless awareness.
Mm.
In terms of the karmic realm, for you to right now be hearing this teaching means that you are at the end of your karmic realm. You are coming to the end of your karmic realm. Because the teaching is pointing to the end of karma and not to a future awakening. It is pointing to the awakened self that in this very moment hears these words in its complete freedom.
Mm.
Knowing yourself.
Mm.
Knowing yourself beyond the mind, beyond the woman, beyond the gender, beyond the body.
When I hear your words, I feel a great joy.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Because the self is joy. Consciousness is joy, unopposed. Brahman is unopposed joy. It's bliss, Satchitananda joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a resonance, is Brahman that is bubbling in joy.
Mm.
It's a causeless joy. It's the joy of truth, the joy of awakening, the joy of the self.
The joy of being.
The joy of being, which is the joy of the reality of what is.
Mm.
Not the personal joy.
No. No, it's not personal.
Yes.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not Yeah.
So the karmic realm ends in your contemplation. And your contemplation is not about any future state or any future gain or about recovering some past state or some past experience. Your contemplation is whole and complete in this very moment.
Mm.
So you rest as the self, you rest as being, which is what I am. I is being, aware beingness, being awareness.
Mm.
That it is so. That is Brahman.
Mm. Yes. It's effortless.
It's effortless.
Yeah.
It's love. It's the ocean of bliss. There is no seeking or aching or needing or struggling in the ocean. There isn't any future hope or past sorrows in the ocean.
Mm.
So when these meditations arise, you've got to bring them back to the source.
Yeah.
When this wave is jumping out, trying to separate itself from the ocean smiles because it knows that its pull, its
Back.
hydrostatic pull is there already. The wave goes right back into the ocean.
Uh-huh.
This is why they say there is no separation. Separation is imagination.
Mm.
You can't separate yourself from Brahman. You are Brahman. The wave is the ocean. There is no wave. It's just the ocean.
Yeah, that's why last time you used a beautiful image. I think answering to Maru, that when a feeling arose, you just let it be and it will fall again into the ocean.
Yes.
Don't fight it, but just put consciousness through it.
Yes. Right. So in your contemplation, whatever arises, you're the complete openness. It arises, not a problem. It can arise. Whichever way it is, completely no motion. No motion. The stillness of being. You breathe deeply through it. Beautiful. Open, borderless space. Yes. Borderless, open. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Self is not trying to have a better experience. It is the mind that is the Jiva mind that is trying to get a better experience and avoid the bad experiences, so-called bad defined by thought, defined by the body. Oh no, I don't want that. The body has no wants. It's all the Jiva's dream. I don't want to lose this leg. I want to keep it.
Yeah.
The body, you take the leg off, you take the second leg off, you take the heart off, okay, body stops moving, stops breathing.
Yeah.
Body is like this. You take off one arm, okay, you take off the second arm, okay, you take off the lens, okay. It's like that, the body. But there is a me in there. There is, oh, I want this, I don't want that. Now, having said that, of course, we take care of the body, you know, but we know that we are a good manager of the body, but sometimes we're not such a good manager of the body. Sometimes we have a sweet tooth, and as long as we don't overdo it too much, because then the body will become an impediment for your contemplation. Because the body has to be sort of relatively flexible and relatively transparent, allowing you to do your contemplation without the body being an obstacle.
Yes, 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 yeah. That resonates. That resonates a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Magdi.
Okay, Anna Cristina.
Thank you for giving me so much time.
Oh, well,
it was wonderful. It was really wonderful.
Beautiful. Okay, Anna Cristina.
I feel a lot of joy.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. I'm glad. Very beautiful. I'm glad. We all share this joy. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay. So let me see. Anybody else has a question? Okay. Ananda, yes, I have a question that was sent to me, but you want to go ahead and then I'll go to the question?
Okay. I just had this interesting little experience where I was thinking of myself as awareness, like, am I aware, kind of that contemplation.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like, it just struck me that I am awareness. It's not that I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the I am aware is still buying into the body a little bit, or buying into some kind of relativity.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand. So I got you. But just I'm going to take it a step further. Okay. So I am awareness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I am aware. Both. I am aware. I am awareness. Yes. But also I am aware, meaning I awareness. I'm aware. Not I, Michael, not I, Ananda, not I, Joe, not I, Tony.
Yeah.
You see, but I understand what you're saying about that. I am awareness, but it's not that I am aware. I, as a person, as a personal awareness. Yes. So
Right.
awareness is self-aware.
Right.
Yeah. I am awareness, and I'm aware. I, as awareness, am aware. Yes.
I guess I don't know if that means. Does that mean something? Does that mean something in addition to I am awareness? I mean, aware.
What I'm basically saying that we use I.
Yeah.
The true I is
Yes.
awareness itself.
Right.
So there is only one I, and that is awareness. So when you say I am awareness, but it's not that I'm aware, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I'm aware stopped making sense.
Okay.
And I thought that was really great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I am aware makes sense. But I got you. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that for me, I am aware makes sense because I is awareness.
I'm aware.
I have no problem with I'm aware. And I have no problem with I am hungry, because then I know that I'm referring to the body. So
well,
I'm hungry. No problem.
If we say I am aware,
yes,
we're referring to, it seems like we're sort of referring to the relative, like,
why the relative person? Why?
Yeah, who is through whom awareness.
What matters is what it means to you.
Yeah,
how
right.
do you refer to it? Not who cares about public speech and we're how what is its significance for you? So when you say I am aware, and for you it is it's clear that it's awareness that is aware, fine. But if for you saying I am aware signifies a person is aware, and you doesn't resonate, then I would invite you to contemplate what person, because a person arises as a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Magdi arises as a thought, as an image, as a sensation, right?
Yes.
So when you say the person, you refer to the thought, to the image, because that thought keeps changing. It's a bundle of thoughts and images. Right. Which one of these thoughts and images is Magdi? How many of them? 60,000 images or 65 million images? Where do we go? What defines that? You see?
Right. And that 65 million, images or possibilities is all observed by awareness. So it's not the awareness itself.
Awareness is non-phenomenal.
Right.
We could say that an image is phenomenal, but in fact, when you take a closer look at an image, when you take a closer look at an image, you come to awareness, because the image, without awareness, there is no image. So when you come to the image, where do you go?
Right.
Where do you go? You don't go anywhere. You go directly to awareness.
Right.
So in fact, even the image itself, what we say the image is, meaning the thought image or the mentation image in itself, is awareness.
Right.
It's like when you go to your hand, and you go to your hand, but in fact your hand is the body, and you can't separate your hand from the body. Right. It's just maybe not it's a simple metaphor. Yeah. So the 60 million images, in fact, there's only this image. There's only this image.
Right.
And there is a thought of 60 million images, but it's just a thought, which is this particular thought. There's just the thought. Yes? When you go to this image, or you go to this thought, where do you go?
you go to your own knowingness,
your
or
own knowingness, and you are this knowingness.
right.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
awareness is knowingness.
right.
You know, being knowingness, being
Right.
awareness. Knowingness is awareness. So you are this knowingness. It's not that your knowingness is in some part of your brain here, and or
Right.
you know. And the you that is this knowingness is not a body. You are this knowingness, meaning you knowingness is this knowingness. The you is the knowingness.
Right. Well, just to go back, kind of come back to what I started with, is I had this sensation. It was a very trippy, you might say, where it was like to know myself as consciousness, or to live as pure consciousness, and to not make a nod to the person and say, oh, well, I'm a person, but I'm consciousness. You know, it seems like to go just to recognizing I am awareness took it to a different level. It's almost like all that clutter of,
Yes.
well, what about this? What about this? No, you know, I'm the awareness that sees it. It was almost like I'm just awareness, so that it cut out the middle. In a way, like it cut out a lot of the contemplation.
It took you straight to the I am, straight to the aware presence.
Right.
Yes.
So it's just an experience, you know.
Beautiful. Well, it's great. I mean, the experiences like that, where that take you to the happiness, that take you to the joy, these are the good experiences.
And then you go like, you know, what could rock this boat? You know, there's nothing.
Right. I am awareness. Nothing can rock awareness. I mean, the body can be rocked, the mind can be rocked, political situations, weather situations, who knows? But that's at the body-mind realm, at the dream realm. But I am awareness, nothing rocks awareness. And now when you say I am awareness, we're talking about the reality. We're talking about that is irrespective of the mind. Irrespective of the body-mind, I am awareness.
And of course, it just goes without saying, but I'll say anyway, being is just like that.
Yes.
And happiness is just like that.
Yes. Happiness and joy and love is like that.
It's so cool for the happiness to be disconnected from the outward looking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because when happiness is dependent on the world, on the body, on the mind, you're always struggling, because the body and the mind are always, all sorts of stuff is happening. It's not reliable.
Right.
And happiness that depends on something, that's not happiness. These are pleasures, you could say, or relative experiences, but not happiness. Happiness is the self shining in its full glory. Happiness is knowing yourself, knowing the self, being the self, recognizing the self. It's a recognition of the self. That's a happiness. Recognizing the happiness that is. That isness, absolute isness, not relative isness, not isn't, is more, is less. Happiness is the absence, the dissolution of all the angst, reveals the happiness that is.
Right.
Like the clouds. When you have the clouds, there is no sky. And when there is a little break in the clouds, you see a little sky, you say, oh, the sky is like that. But in fact, the sky is infinite. And the clouds don't really veil the sky. The sky is. Nothing veils the infinity of being. Nothing veils unhappiness. It's just an impression, a belief that happiness depends on the clouds being like this or being like that. Or... And the mind is, the activities of the mind are always relating to the jiva. The activities of the mind, they're always relating to the jiva. And so the jiva and the mind dissolve upon your realizing that you are the transparency of being, that you are the innate source of being, and that the jiva and its mind are like a breeze or wind. Their reality collapses into Brahman.
Okay, I guess I gotta let you go on to Maria.
Okay, Ananda. Oh, thank you for your question, Ananda. So Maria, hello Maria. You're right, there was a conversation and there was complaining about the ownership of creativity of one persona and another person stealing it. Okay, one person felt it was their creativity and another person was stealing it. Okay. And I'm continuing with your question, Maria. When I asked, does creativity have ownership? The other party got very upset. And you are stirring the hornet's nest, Maria. Does creativity have ownership? The other party got very upset and started speaking a lot of words, angry words, I bet. Lots of words, and my heart started pounding. Boom, boom, boom. Is this a sign of a very solid body mind? No, Maria, this is a sign of you carelessly speaking about Beethoven's symphonies to a deaf person. It frustrated them. They did not know what you're talking about, and they got really upset that you were not being sensitive to their being deaf. In other words, sometimes you have to gauge when there is an openness. And of course, we make mistakes about that, but you can sense when you start to say something and you sense the person contracting and feeling that you're insulting them and you're not understanding them, there is no openness. You cease and desist. You step out, step back and step out. You're not going to shove your understanding or your wisdom down the people's throats. They will regurgitate on you. Not a very beautiful image, but you know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just wondering if it's coming from an ego, you know, like she got really upset because she says, you are preaching to me.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, oh, is that right? Am I preaching to her? You know, I did ask that question.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, where is it coming from? You know, I mean, there's this desperation of wanting to be able to connect with people. And she was one of the people that I thought might be able to understand this, but maybe I misjudged. So, yeah, it's is it coming from the ego and wanting to preach? You know.
Well, I mean, wanting to preach comes from the ego, but I'm not saying that that was how it was for you. And I don't know how it was for you. You have to find out for yourself. So you have to sort of have an internal, be looking at yourself in, in your relationships as you're expressing and sharing what's happening within you. And it may be very subtle, and maybe actually there was no personal intention in anything that you were saying. There was just out of love, and that this person was particularly sensitive about their artistic talents. It could be, we don't know, and that they can take, they can only take praise, and in this case you were inviting a different sort of question. So we really don't know. I wouldn't make any conclusion. I've been in situations, and not too long actually, where I share something out of the love of expression, and some people get very upset about they perceive that I'm trying to carry a halo above my head or something like that, while I know within myself that's not the case. But
yeah, I think it's that pounding in my heart, and the thoughts that won't stop coming after that conversation.
Right.
Has me very, should I say, bothered, or
yes, I understand.
Curious about what's going on, and even when I'm talking to you about it right now, I feel in my heart this like a wounded child kind of feeling, like someone have told me, bad girl,
Yeah. We are very transparent. Consciousness is transparent, and when there is negativity that comes into your space, you're gonna feel it. But you don't have to own it. In other words,
okay.
It's coming into the space. There is, anger, and words that maybe not very friendly words are being expressed, and the body is sensitive, and consciousness is completely transparent. The body is sensitive to 2 degrees temperature change, or 1 degree temperature change, or a certain having not enough water, a certain degree of water content within the body, and the body starts to freak out. So there is sensitivity at the body level, and of course the whole vibrational energetics of the body are interconnected with the vibrational fields that surround it. So it's not really surrounded, it's all one field. So when there is some sort of a tornado or some sort of whirlpool that comes close to you, you're going to feel it. But you don't need to own it. No, you don't need to make a personal story about it. For example, sometimes somebody may come and bring some negativity in the space here, and I may I will feel it. I'll sense it, and sometimes I notice that there's something I need to respond, and I respond. And when I respond, if you take pictures of me or a movie of me responding, I'm not just saying, "Oh yes, we are consciousness." I'm saying, "What's wrong with you? Why are you saying such stupid, etc." Yeah, can you take a closer look at at your all your huffing and puffing, your identification, and you're coming and bringing this aggression in this. So I may respond, or I may not respond. You don't know. But if you feel like responding and you're suppressing yourself, that's an act of aggression within yourself, and it's not an act of love. sometimes you can tell somebody, you know what, you're overly sensitive. This whole thing, your whole identification with your great art, you know what, all flows through you, and you're overly sensitive. But it's your trip. But you could say that. You don't know. I mean, it's not being a personal self to be saying something like that to somebody, because sometimes people need to hear that, because they're being complete stupid in your space. Then you ask a question, you say, hey, wait a minute, what is ownership? I mean, it's a good question. It's a good question. I can understand a 5-year-old kid, you tell them what is ownership and you want to take their toy. Be careful, they will kick you.
Right.
But any adult, you ask, hey, what is this about ownership? Okay, it's a reasonable question. Anyways, you say, I don't own those feelings. Oh, no ownership, just like no ownership of creativity, no ownership of anything. It could, with body awareness, say, okay, body awareness exercises are very helpful in bringing your attention back to the borderless awareness. But you don't do these exercises in order to solve a problem or in order to feel better. You follow?
Yes.
Okay, it's not about you feeling better or you getting over a hump.
Well, I'm just wondering if the practice of body awareness exercises would, I don't know whether it's to help or like those reactions of the heart pounding. It's this sense of like there's a me here that's been attacked. Is how I'm feeling. Maybe I'm making much out of it, but
okay, we have a tendency to superimpose a me onto everything.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, the body can be having a reaction and we superimpose a me.
Uh-huh.
How about the body just bouncing, whatever, the heart bouncing, without any superimposition? Just pure that.
Just heart beating. Okay.
Yeah. Heart beating. Just that, without superimposition.
Okay. What about the feeling I have right now of crying? No superimposing, just feeling of wanting to cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, no superimposing. Oh, lovely.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Really.
And body awareness, you can do that whenever the thought about it arises. Because there are always bodily contraction in the space. You sit still and notice. You will notice places in the body where you can sort of go, invite that sensation into the space. You don't need to call it anything. Just invite it. First, recognize that there is a spacious place of peace and well-being. And then scan your body whichever way you want. You don't have to scan the whole body. And invite whatever sensation you notice into the space that is. You can do that anytime. You can do it while you're driving, or in the middle of activities, or sometimes you can just sit quietly for just a few minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, without any purpose, without any idea about doing it right or wrong, or just enjoying the spaciousness of being and inviting the body to more and more recognize this spaciousness where everything, all thoughts, all sensations are welcome, and they have their complete freedom in the vastness, invitation. Open your body completely, not just, you know, so you do it like front, you can open the back of your body and the frontal of your body and the sides of your body, and you can do, you know, the expanding the field, the body field into the space, and with it all the sensations into the space.
Yeah.
And open your head and go in the back of your head and the back of your body, through the entire space. You can do that anytime, Maria, and you've done it in a few retreats, so you have some feeling about it. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. What time did we start? We start at 5. Oh goodness. Okay, 6:30. Okay. Well, I had a couple of questions, but I won't be getting to them, I guess, this time. Oh, so maybe I'll take a few more minutes just to read this question. Mr. Megdi, sir, kindly inform me how to wake off from ignorance. What is the most precious advice, sir? How to know I am that Tatwam Asi. Thank you, sir. Uma Rani Bani. How to wake up from ignorance. What is the most precious advice? How to know I am that. Already that you are asking this question is very good. It's a good question. Stay with this question. Keep this question open. Don't forget this question. And turn your attention to the source of this question. Where does this question arise from? The source of this question goes beyond thought. It is formulated as a thought because we use language. But the desire to awaken and the love for awakening and seeking advice from a teacher, that comes from beyond the mind. This question is flowing through you, is coming through you. And you are this question. And this is a vast question. Because in this question, there is love for truth. And love for truth is truth itself, is love itself. Love is truth. Love for truth is truth. So your love for truth is truth. And you are this love. You are this truth. Continue to contemplate, what am I truly? What is the reality of consciousness? Continue to contemplate, I am conscious, I am aware, I am consciousness. The I that is aware, keep going to the I that is aware, the I of awareness. Be watchful in life not to get distracted by thoughts and feelings and sensations. Keep returning to the I of awareness. I am aware that I'm aware. I'm aware of the world, body, mind, and I'm aware that I'm aware. There are not two. It is via thought that there is the Jiva and the world. As the I thought arises, as Uma arises, as an image, as a thought, the world arises. And then the seeking, which is a mentation. This arising is not a real arising. It's a dream arising. Do not give thoughts and feelings much importance. Don't deny them. Don't argue with them. Don't try to fix them. Just remain as you are. Allow what is to be in the world, body, mind, and keep your contemplation on what is the source, what is the reality, what is the reality of consciousness. I am aware, I am conscious. And notice that the I of consciousness is consciousness itself and not any images or any ideas that are arising. If you don't stir the mind, if you remain still, remain not knowing, and invite grace to shine into the entire in the entire invitation that you are extending. Invite grace to shine the light through you and to reveal your true nature. It is the mind, the movements of the mind, that create the impression of a doer and an activity to be done or an activity being done. Allow the mind to rest. Okay, well, thank you all for this very lovely meeting together. And we'll see you again in a few days. Yes. Thank you all.